Hey guys, welcome back to the Hear Me Roar pod. I am Tobi and my co-host is none other than the Kate Save, which you might know her from Shark Tank. She's also founder of BeFit Foods and picked up Telstra's Business of the Year award too. Kate?
Well, Tobi, you've got a super impressive CV, 25 years in global commercialisation experience, and you founded Creative Cubes, Australia's leading co-working space and real estate business.
All right, let's get on with the pod. Kate, it's been an amazing month. I've had so much great feedback. I've reflected as well, listening week in, week out on all the amazing stories.
Yeah, I've learned a lot about shares and all sorts of things.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
But you know, like I'm sitting here a little bit with a bit of a cramp in my, I want to say it's my kidney.
Oh, okay.
A little bit of stress in my body. I do all the lifestyle things to stop all of that, but I'm feeling a little bit of tension today.
Yeah, sometimes a really good massage or just actually we need to move more.
Yeah,
we?
well,
So
maybe that's what it is. I've been sitting here.
Movement.
Yeah. I'm pretty good. Like this morning I did a 45-minute run on the Peloton.
Good on you.
Some stretching.
Yeah.
Today's only Monday, so tomorrow night I'll be in the ice bath and sauna.
I reckon it's the breaks throughout the day though, don't you think? You know what I mean? Like you can stack it every morning, but if you're not doing something throughout the day, get that blood flow through.
Yeah, I think it's really important. I have a sit-stand desk.
Yeah.
Haven't been standing much today though.
Yes.
So we've got a pretty jam-packed show coming on.
Yeah.
You want to share some more?
Dr. Avi Charlton, so she's the low carb GP. So she prescribes lifestyle over drugs, which I love.
I love it too.
Yeah.
I think that I read something recently around like, I can't remember, it was a drug company. Like it's, they've been around for 150 years and actually haven't cured the problem, but they've got plenty of medications for the problem.
Yes.
And then it's come out that actually it's more in their interest to just kind of continue to prescribe medications versus actually tending to the right problem. So I'm very excited to hear from Avi today about lifestyle, because I think that is the best drug.
We sort of know it, but it's harder. So let's find out how to make it easier.
We think we know it.
Yeah.
All right. After the break from Rise, we'll have Avi on. Guys, I want to introduce you to Rise, a business cohort like no other. So what is the Rise Network? Rise Network is a curated inner circle of 10 to 12 like-minded peers designed to provide a confidential, high-trust environment where business owners and leaders can gain strategic insights, actionable solutions, and lasting relationships. Rise isn't just networking, it's a game-changing business support system. It has strategic problem solving built in, expert facilitation, actionable insights, long-term impact and authentic relationships, and it's based exclusively around high-trust cohorts. For your membership, you gain full access to Creative Cubes. That means you can drop in when you're on the run to use the meeting rooms, breakout spaces, or even just dock in for the day. We wanted to serve the underserved, the people that do need the help, do need the support, don't necessarily have the funds to be able to do it, and don't necessarily fit into one of these other organizations. And so that's where Rise kind of came from. So there you have it, guys. Go to werise.au, and I hope to see you at one of our cohorts soon.
Welcome back to the pod. So I've had you on the Inspired CEO, so now you're on Hear Me Roar.
Yeah, thank you for having me, Kate and Tobi.
Yeah, it's a privilege to have you here. You are prescribing lifestyle instead of drugs.
Yes, that's it.
Are you getting a lot of fan mail, a lot of hate mail? Like are the other drug companies trying to take your knees out? What's going on here?
Oh, I haven't yet. I hope I don't.
Well, if they've got a problem, then you tell them to come see me. I'll stand in front of you. They won't touch. They won't come near you.
Hear him roar.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, here you are.
the size of a mouse. Irrelevant stat. I love this. Can I share a little bit with you?
Yeah.
When I was growing up, my dad actually passed away when I was young. And my dad was an entrepreneur like me, or I'm like him. The difference between my dad and I is, growing up in the 80s and 90s, he thought it was cool to have McDonald's for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Not that we were actually having it for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, but he wasn't focused on health and food.
Yeah.
He was just trying to like be this raging entrepreneur. Yeah. And the difference between him and me is I'm a raging entrepreneur, but I'm trying to find, I've got balance and compartments in my life, mostly thanks to my wife, Sim.
Yeah.
Whereby I'm making decisions every single day to fill the lanes versus just consume it all like a fat kid at an all-you-can-eat buffet, right? And so I think the difference is what I'm trying to articulate is we weren't educated back in the 80s and 90s when I was growing up. Born in 1980. So my 80s and 90s, all the way through to the 2000s. I turned 20 in year 2000, 21 in 2001. There wasn't enough education, and I do wonder a lot if we would have had the knowledge and people like you and the science and the data back then, whether or not, one, my dad would be here, but moreover, whether a lot of other people would be here because of the choices that we've made with lack of education, lack of transparency, lack of knowledge. You heard on the previous episode, Craig Harper talk about a drug company had come to him and he's like, I'm not prescribing that. I'm not endorsing that.
Yeah. And it's hard to say no to that because how do you do it? What has made you step away from traditional prescribing to doing something different?
Yeah, that's right. It's changed my life. I think prescribing lifestyle, it's so much rewarding as a GP. I've been a GP for 20 years and about 7 or 8 years ago, I had a personal journey that I was looking into my own health. I wanted to lose a bit of baby fat, just a few kilos, and I joined a gym and the gym instructor prescribed me with a diet and I had to follow the spreadsheet, so much protein, so much carbs and so much fat. And after 8 weeks, I won the Body Transformation Challenge and I keep looking at nutrition and other lifestyle things. And over the last few years, I've been diving into the science of nutrition and how to improve people's health. And it's been an amazing journey with telling people that you don't have to take the drug. I can give you a month or two and you can reduce junk food, sugars, and maybe your blood pressure will come down. We don't need to go to the blood pressure tablet. And just things like that. And even diabetics who's been prescribed a whole list of medications, insulin and pills to reduce their blood glucose. And I tell them to eat better. And then they stopped the drug and they said that the sugar's not gone up because they've eaten better, not eat the things that make the sugars go up. They stop the sugars, they eat junk food, and even the carbohydrates. And people don't realise that all carbohydrates become sugar. So if they're diabetic, then the carbohydrates aren't your friend.
I'm not in any of your worlds. Like Kate's bringing me on this nutrition world. I know nothing. I'm learning, but by comparison, I'm like baby steps. I have this fundamental belief though, and you're probably going to go, obviously Tobi, but like food's the biggest killer. What we put in our body, forget about drugs and alcohol right now. Like that's sort of like, that for me is sort of like a social scene. We know that that's, waking up with a headache on a Sunday morning after a big night out. There's no ways that can be good for you. Right? But that's
and Tobi doesn't even drink, doesn't.
Okay.
I'm water only.
Yeah.
I'm water
Literally
only.
no coffee, no alcohol, just water.
Nothing.
Wow, amazing.
Nothing. In fact, I never had a sip of alcohol. This is going to maybe turn a lot of listeners off, but maybe actually I'll win a few. I didn't have any alcohol in my body until my Bucks party.
Oh, okay.
In 2007, I was 27 years old. It was the first time I tasted alcohol for the first time.
Wow.
And then my friends would be like, man, you're a cheap drunk. I'm like, yeah, it cost me like $3 to get drunk. Cost you $300 to get drunk. Who's the real loser?
Yeah.
But coming back to the point, I feel like, just listening to Kate and being on this pod with her week in, week out, when I go to put stuff in my mouth, I do have her, unbeknownst to her, on my shoulder. And not from a, Tobi, is that good for you? Because I'm pretty good. But it's actually like, it's almost like a positive reinforcement that yes, this is okay. But I really do think that, and I tell you, I suffered from kidney stones.
Okay.
I've had 4 kidney surgeries because I can't pass stones. They just build up really badly. I changed a lot of things. I went pescatarian, cut out all the soda, just drink water, and I haven't had a surgery since 2020.
Oh, wow.
So, I'm 5 years through, and the lifestyle has changed. I'm now in the ice bath. I'm in the sauna. I've always been good on the exercise. That's never been an issue, but I used to have protein shake for breakfast, some sort of chicken and steak for lunch, and chicken or steak. What I didn't have at lunch, I have at dinner. So if I had chicken at lunch, I'd eat steak at dinner. So I cut all of that out, vegetables, and I'm walking, and exercising has always been there, but like sauna and sweating it out and trying to eat clean. I'm not amazing. I've got a sweet tooth, so I always have to have something sweet at the end. But the lifestyle choices, I feel like, completely changed me as a human being.
Absolutely. Yeah, I love it. I love all the lifestyle choices. Too many people are just too busy. They don't think of themselves. They just want convenience, or they worry about the cost, or they're putting their children and everyone else first rather than themselves. So I'm here to tell my patients that you need to look after yourself. If you don't look after yourself, you can't look after anybody else. And if you're on a plane, you need to take care of yourself first before you put the mask on your child.
I was about to say that, putting the mask on yourself first.
And I think it's selfish when people don't look after themselves. And I have a lot of friends who are really resentful of their husbands not looking after themselves, because as a wife or a parent or whatever, it's like you can look after your children and yourself, but if your partner doesn't look after themselves, it's freaking selfish, because you can't fix that. But at some point, you are stuck with this person who's going to be debilitated at some point and have poor health and poor mental health, poor mood, poor energy. So they're not the fun person to be around on the weekend. Like, look after your health. It's selfish not to. And when you see them, doing behaviours that are not good, it's going to end up in misery for the whole family, because you have an unhappy partner, an unhappy parent.
Yeah, I think you're onto something there. For us, as in Simone and I, we look up the tree. So unfortunately for me, my dad passed when I was young. So all my decisions at the age of 16 all the way through to 44, which is what I am now, have been around, I've got to be here for my kids. I've got to be here for my kids. I've got to keep staying healthy, fit, and present for my kids. I've got to show up to the soccer and the basketball games on the weekends, because my dad unfortunately couldn't. Simone's mom unfortunately has dementia, and it's a wild world of pain. But now it seems like I've got to do this because I don't want to be like my mom. I don't want to do this, And so we're looking up the tree to the family ahead of us, and making those decisions. And I think you make a good point, Kate. Sometimes, and in fact, most of the time, people are so hung on looking after their kids and all the rest of it, that they failed to put their mask on for themselves. And then when their kids leave, you and I are in a relationship, but we've drifted, man, because you're not the person that I married, and And that's when.
Yeah. And when it comes to health as well, it's that saying that you're too busy or you've put everyone else first is actually a really bad excuse, because you're then expecting somebody else to look after you. No, grow up, look after yourself.
So interesting you say that.
Yeah,
because we were on a walk yesterday with the dogs. And seems like I just wish we weren't the top of the tree in terms of adulting.
Oh, yeah.
I wish there was someone above us that was like, it's okay. If you do this, it'll be all much better.
Yeah.
We don't have that.
Yeah. I hear you.
Yeah. It's super interesting.
Yes.
So what are some of the things that you're prescribing, and what have you seen in terms of turnarounds with some of your patients?
Yeah. A lot of people come in to see me for weight loss.
Okay.
Because they haven't looked after themselves and they just eat anything convenient. And it's also the standard diet is not that great.
Yep.
If you go into the supermarket, it's like 70% of the food is processed foods.
Yep.
Too much sugar, too much carbohydrates. And so I help people with weight loss and get them off medication, improve diabetes. a lot of the diabetics
Can be reversed?
Yes, absolutely.
amazing.
Yes, or even controlled.
Okay.
And reduce the medications that's been prescribed.
Yep.
They feel better, they're less bloated, more energy, less brain fog, reduce further risk of other chronic diseases like diabetes and cancer and Alzheimer's disease.
Yep.
So it's so rewarding doing all this work, and people who come in to see me are motivated because they invested the time and the money to come and see me. And some of them join my program with coaching and or keep connected with me. So it's been an amazing journey.
Which is really different for a doctor with a regular 5 to 10 minute, maybe 15-minute consult where there's not enough time to talk about lifestyle. So that's why they go to the drugs, because there's not enough time, and the expectation of the patient is, well, I'm only paying the bulk bill or the small fee, so nobody's got the time, there's not enough budget or money there. So it's interesting that your patients will, save up and know that they're going to pay, but they're going to actually get something for that money, not just a piece of paper and
Sounds to me like there's an investment, right?
Yeah.
That's right.
And so, just with Luke, like there's a $800, $900 investment on top of the consult that I now have to go ahead and do. I just haven't been able to get it done, but I'm going to do it. But your future self will thank you.
Yeah, it's an investment in your future, isn't it? And that's we talk about longevity and doing things to live longer, but unless you're actually investing in your health on a daily basis, stop worrying about the 50 years. Think about today, this week, this month, this year, and that's the only way you'll get to that next 50 years.
Yes, that's right. But I used to be that GP that rushes people out, and I've been that GP for 15 years, bulk billing, in and out, 10-minute consultation. I'm really trying to move away from the 10-minute in and out consultation and offer them 45, 30 minutes.
Amazing.
So we're going to have a longer time. It's not great in the Medicare setting because quick consultations actually rewards the government, and the government tries to push bulk billing, increase incentive, want to increase the bulk billing rate, and they're using it for politics as well to get taxpayers.
Yeah, but there's, we heard from Elon over the weekend, Elon Musk. He came on the All In pod, and Jason Calcanis asked him, he's like, what did you learn in Washington? He's like, that the government can't be fixed. What I don't understand, and I understand that there needs to be opposites pulling against each other, right? But what I don't understand and what blows my mind is the government is elected by the people to serve the people. And so when you're talking about the disincentivization around bulk billing versus what the patient, what the person, what the people in the community actually need, why can't they just rewrite the laws to support the people? Why has it got to be we're taking from here because we're the government, and it's infuriating. And we actually support a bunch of opposition leaders throughout our spaces. They actually reside in Creative Cubes.
Yeah,
Okay.
One of them's offered me a role on his team.
So good.
I'd love to do it.
Yeah.
But I hearing from Elon on the weekend, my heart just broke. I was like, you can't change the government.
Yeah.
You can't, you gotta just carry the ball and chain up the hill, which I don't think is right or fair.
Yes.
But I don't understand why they can't embed themselves in community, actually understand what the people want, what the people need, and then legislate appropriately versus turning it into a political system for votes and not serving the people at the end of the day anyway. With our money, and our taxes go up, and Victoria right now is broke, and they're trying to make more money out of us, but they're not actually working with us. They're just serving their own.
Yeah, they dangle that carrot though, and I can see how this happens with the bulk billing, that you should be able to have healthcare for free. Well, that's a 10-minute, get a script and get out. So they're dangling this carrot of it's free, but they're not saying we'll take away all the value, we'll take away all the choices, and we will feed you a drug because that's the only thing we have time for.
I'm fired up here, right? I want to I asked my family if they would support me if I went into politics, not for political positioning, but just to look after the people, actually do what the people need us to do.
Yeah.
Avi, I'm really thrilled that you're doing this. Is this your first or?
My first book, it is.
Yeah.
Yes, it just came out last month.
Oh, congratulations. That's a
amazing.
huge milestone.
I'm
Well done.
taking it to Bali to read.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah.
Thank
and then
you.
we're swapping
We're
books.
swapping books,
Yeah.
yes.
Great. Didn't take me that long to write because I've got it all in my head.
Yeah.
And I wanted to blurb it all out. I took 3 days off work to write half of the book. And I got it all out, and the publisher was great to
Work
just
with?
follow the process.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, good on
Amazing.
you. So where is this book sold?
It's only on my website at the
On your
moment.
website? Okay, well, no. So, we're going to link the show notes.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we'll link to Avi's book. Sorry, Dr. Avi's book. And we'll link to your website so that we can start to send people there. I think this is really important. I've started adding a few things to my lifestyle thanks to Kate's gentle push.
Yep.
And I noticed I've been doing it now for three months. I've noticed a dramatic change for myself. Not that I was ever eating the wrong. I mean, I've got sweet tooth, so maybe that's that's my. I never done drugs, never smoked, never drunk, but made these modifications along the way. I'm under a tremendous amount of pressure as a business leader,
Yep.
as a community builder, and so the lifestyle aspect of it is really, really important.
Yeah.
I think you're onto something here. I wish more people would join you in this movement.
Yeah.
But it takes one person to start that movement.
Yeah.
I'm thrilled that you're doing it. I'm a huge
thank
fan.
you.
Yeah.
Great. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. And it's because we're all worth it, aren't we? Every listener, every viewer, we're all worth it. We're worth that investment. You've taken the time to see people and give them that time, which not everyone in the medical community who has that knowledge is doing. So thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. I think
That's right.
everyone's worth it.
Yeah, the grass is not greener on the other side. The grass is greener where you water it.
Yeah.
And I think that you've got to start to water the plants in your own backyard before you start worrying about the street and the
That's right.
the neighbor and the parks.
That's right. A lot of people have a victim mindset. They think it's other people do it for them.
Yeah.
But somebody else might have got them there, but you've got to take the initiative to save yourself. Nobody else is going to save you.
That's right.
Yeah.
Guys, we're going to hear from our great friends at Luna, and Kate and I will be back to wrap. weareluna.co is a great place for you and your business to start off with phenomenal accounting and legal services. So if you're a startup or a scale-up looking for legal and finance support, or alternatively looking to raise capital, weareluna.co is where you need to be starting off.
So Toby,
Yep.
cannot wait to get this
Yep.
on your bookshelf.
Yep.
Yeah.
No, not on my bookshelf. I want to be reading it.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
And I think just the practical knowledge, like Avi's way of prescribing lifestyle is really about keeping it real and bringing back what we all know is if we do those little things, it'll add up. But actually, that is medicine. So take away the scripts, and the medicine is what we do every day.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of people that have got a lot of shit in their system, like a lot of toxic crap unnecessarily. So if you can sort of detox off that and have a reset and then apply yourself in a different way.
That I do believe is really important, that reset, because a lot of people have that all or nothing mindset.
Sure.
Some people are grey, I'm grey, there is
Yep.
no black and white. But for people that have an all or nothing mindset, they need a reset. They need to go, Monday, 7 a.m, I'm starting. And that is the kickstart.
I fully agree with you. I saw you, was it Gwingana
Yeah.
in Byron Bay?
Telebudgera Valley, Gold Coast.
Oh, Gold Coast. Yeah, I think I want to do that.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
It was off the charts,
Yeah.
amazing. And they have just wellness weekends. So you literally arrive 2:00 on a Friday. They pick you up from the airport.
Yep.
They take you to Gwingana and then they drop you back at the airport Sunday at 2:00. And it is spectacular. I had my own little golf cart.
Yeah, I
went
saw
around
you
the
bugging
place.
around.
Yeah, like multiple pools and yoga rooms. But then they've got the biggest spa in the Southern Hemisphere, but they do maybe 100 different treatments, but they're not your normal treatments. You're not going for a facial. You are going for really deep work.
Yeah, wow.
all sorts of spiritual healing, all sorts of, stuff that people would think was woo-woo, but it's only woo-woo until you're ready. Once you're ready for it, it's transformational.
Yeah, it is.
So it's unbelievable.
And for me, it's about, I've but I've elevated throughout the 2025.
Yes.
And maybe the difference, I love playing at the extra mile.
Yeah.
So in a business, in a service, in an experience perspective, there's no congestion at the extra mile. And so I've slowly tried to, not too slowly, but gradually consumed enough of this adaptation and lifestyle prescription. I think a Guingana for me might just help me punch through to that next 10%.
It is that little reset that you then walk away. It was my way of getting off coffee too, because that's something that's in my life every day, and they're hard things to remove, the habit of it. So simple.
Amazing.
Simple.
Well, we'll link Dr. Avi's details in the show notes. We'll also find her on LinkedIn and make sure that you can connect with her there. Kate, another amazing episode.
Thank you, Tobi.
Thanks, Kate. See you guys.